Hey guys, welcome back to another Facebook video with me, Miss Katie. Last week I shared with you a list of some different wordless books and different benefits of reading them and shared with you several of my favorites. This week I'm going to share with you some of our American Sign Language resources. Learning a new phrase or word in American Sign Language is another activity you can do under your reading badge for summer reading. And so I thought I'd give you guys a little hint and a couple ways to make it a little bit easier and share some of my favorite resources. If you're a Storytime family here in Moberly, you know that every week we learn a new Storytime theme, and we accompany that with the American Sign Language for it, or something very similar along the same lines. And so it's something that's near and dear to my heart. So there's a list. This once again will be available as a Google Doc that you can view in the description. It's got a couple of the DVDs that we have that can show you different sign language. Focus. It's got some children's books on it, and I'll show you a couple examples of those. There are several adult titles, and then there's some online resources that you can access as well. These are resources that I use for my weekly story times to help me find different words and how to do it. I especially like watching videos of other people doing it so I know how big to make the gesture or how small, and some of the hand or finger rotations. But in building, there's a couple of ones I want to share with you. There's this series, and these are specifically for kids, and they're great that they're on one theme. So there's those. We have them in the nonfiction section, but you can also just put a hold on them and we'll pull them for you. I like these because they are nice and big. The pictures are big, and it shows both photographs and illustrations that are all on a theme. So this one is the library at the school. Here are the months, things like that. These are nice if you're doing a theme in a classroom or with a homeschool group, or if you're even just exploring something new to make it more familiar. You can check these out. Sign language isn't just for those who are not necessarily hearing or hearing impaired or deaf. Sign language is great when you just don't have the words. I've also personally found it's very useful when you're in a large room and you don't want to scream across to the other person, or if there's a lot of people talking and you can't hear somebody across the room. If you have just a few little signs to help them understand, and that can be something as simple as come here. You know, this is a pretty universal come here, or I can't hear you. This one. Those are signs. They're not official American Sign Language, but knowing a few things back and forth between people can help. Also, personally, when I'm running, I get really out of breath. So when I run in races and there is a police presence that helps divert traffic so nobody gets run over, I like to tell them thank you. And I don't have the breath to tell them thank you loud enough that they can hear, but it's a quick thank you. Hopefully they understand. There's also in our kids section this one. It's called My First Signs. And this one's good for the little kids because it shows little kids. This would be a great one. Let me hold it so you can see both of us. To look at with your child in addition to the other ones. But look at it and read the words, do the sign with the kiddos so they see you doing it. They see it on the picture. They hear you saying it. They absorb that information visually and audio, and then if they can physically do it as well, that muscle memory really helps cement that. Also, sign language is becoming very popular with the young kids, preschoolers and younger, because it helps when they just can't get the words out. Maybe their mouth is full, or they don't yet have the ability to make those certain sounds yet. A lot of little ones will learn hungry and thirsty, more, tired, pick me up, no, things like that. I actually learned all done from a 3-year-old. He was walking out of the library like this. And I was like, all right, I'll see you later. And his mom was like, actually, that means he's all done. He's all done. and they left. And that was a great way for him to express himself when he didn't have the words. So, sign language is a good thing, especially if you've got other people in your life that you're trying to communicate with. Just a few things. We've also got some great adult tools. A lot of these are geared towards people with babies, because the trend is to teach your baby sign language because they can't vocalize. They may not have the teeth yet to make the t or different sounds that we need. So signing can be easier. But these are also really cool because they break down different ways. They not necessarily spell out, but they give a really good description of how to make the signs. And once again, they've got things sorted into themes and categories, so it makes it a little bit easier to find what you're looking for. I'm also wanting to show you guys, we have this big boy, a very big book. This one I really like because, for example, potato, can you see that? It's got the sign language, but then it's also got it in other words, which may also be a summer reading activity. Check your charts and check Beanstack. But you can see what potato is in sign language, in Arabic, Chinese, Dutch, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, and Swedish. That's a lot. But that's really cool to see it in all these different ways. And then my current favorite, we just got this in shortly. This one is beautiful in that it shows illustrations of the actions or of the nouns, gives demonstration. It's quick, there's a glare. It's easy to scroll through, even though it's a physical book. You can see things really well. It's nice and big and bright. This one's a lot more approachable than the other one. And it's got a handy DVD in the back. Plus, I love a good index. I'm a librarian. I love a good index. I like being able to look things up. And I believe it's even got the finger spelling. Finger spelling's fun. When you want to like spell out your name or something like that, you can do finger spelling. So, those are some little resources that we have to help you learn some sign language, even just a few little things. Our summer reading challenge, if you do those activities, would be to learn a new phrase or sign, single sign. I'm going to share a couple of my favorites. I've thrown a few out there during the video, but I like hello, which is just kind of a salute. Sometimes you can do a little wave at the end. Hello. I like my thank you. I use that one a lot. Please. It's just a circle. I've also seen it done like this. Sometimes toddlers don't get the rotation. Please. 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 And another fun one I really like we did as a storytime theme, and my kiddos helped me remember this one, is apple. You take your finger and you crook it like a pirate, like arg, and then you tweak your cheek. Just apple. I think that one's just fun to do. Similar along those lines is also friend or friendship. Make your pirate fingers and you hook them. And that's friend. So when we sing our Make Good Friends, Make New Friends But Keep the Old song, we do friend on our fingers. Okay? If you have any questions, let us here at the library know. I hope you're keeping track of all of your summer reading activities and logging your books, minutes, hours, days on our Beanstack website or app. If you have any questions about that, let us know. If you have registered and you haven't picked up your incentive prize, stop by your local library branch and pick that up. And have a great weekend, guys.